Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of Pineapple Knits. I'm Marina, and you can visit me on Instagram and Ravelry at Pineapple Yarn, and you can visit my hand-dyed yarn company at pineappleyarn.com. So it's fairly early in the AM here, as you can tell. You might be able to tell from my hair, from my sleepy eyes. But I want to make sure to get a podcast out to you guys this morning, or today, whenever you're watching. I have a big day planned with some dyeing, and it's already getting later in the week, so later it gets in the week, the harder it is to do a podcast. So I'm really happy to be here this morning with you guys, and if you are a new viewer, thanks so much for joining me. And if you have seen my podcast before, welcome back. It's so good to chat with you again. This podcast is mostly about knitting. I've been diving into the rabbit hole of spinning, so it's just kind of a little bit about different things, but mostly knitting and my love of yarn, which if you are joining me, you probably love yarn too. So I do have a little bit of knitting to share with you guys. I've been knitting up a storm. I've been knitting so much, but it's mostly been my test knits. I have 3 test knits going on right now with another designer, and they are secret test knits. So I can't show you until the pattern's released, unfortunately. But I do have a little bit of knitting that I will share with you. I'm still working on my Beekeeper Cardigan, the one that was supposed to take 4 days. It's taken me a lot longer than 4 days, but I don't have a lot of knitting time during the day, so I've kind of turned this into my weekend project. I think I'm going to just call it my weekend Beekeeper Cardigan because I only work on it Saturdays and Sundays. That's just kind of what it turned into. But I did get a good amount of the sleeve finished. So this is my first sleeve. Go ahead and show you the texture. I have shown this before on the podcast, but maybe if you're new to it, you'd like to see it up close. And this colorway, this is actually my hand-dyed yarn, pineapple yarn in the colorway Honeycomb. If I was going to make 3/4 length sleeves, this would be a good length. I actually tried it on. I tried it on, and I thought for sure it'd be long enough, but obviously it's not. I had a little bit of car knitting. I was able to work on that. And I actually want to show you guys this. This is the wrong side, the inside of the sweater. And I think that's such a cool texture if you wanted that to be the outside as well. So neat that it has a texture on both sides. But yeah, so basically I just need to finish the sleeves and then do the bands. I am going to put buttons on this, so do the button band around the fronts and the neck, and I'll be all set. But hey, working, I'm on Sleeve Island, but the textured pattern is really, really fun. It's very simple, but it keeps it interesting, and I found that for me personally, and I'm sure it is for some of you too, when you have stripes, when you have some kind of color change or a repeat pattern like this, you just think like one more row or one more color change, one more stripe, and that's kind of how it is with this pattern. It's easy to say, oh, just one more of the repeat, and it kind of keeps you going. So that's my Beekeeper Cardigan. I actually worked on this. We went up to Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'm actually based around Indianapolis. That's where we live right now. And we drove up to Fort Wayne and spent Sunday night there. We attended a funeral up there. And I was kind of, I was a little disappointed because it was, I don't go to Fort Wayne. I've been up there one time since we've lived here. And I've heard so many wonderful things about the yarn stores up there. Several of you have messaged me and told me, oh, you need to go up to Fort Wayne and go to, different yarn stores up there. And I was excited I figured they'd be closed on Sunday, but the two that I looked at were actually closed on Monday as well, so I was unable to visit them. So that was kind of disappointing, but now I know, and if I ever go back to Fort Wayne, I'll know not to expect to see them on Sunday or Monday. So I guess the other things, that's really all the knitting I have to share with you. But I have been doing a little more spinning on my spindle. And I did show you guys, I've shown you probably in the past couple of podcasts that I have been working on a Nori rainbow roll that I've had in my stash for several years. And I did a spindle full, and I ended up with this cake of yarn. And it's just a single ply right now. I hope to spin the other half of the roll and ply them together. But this is what I have left of the roll. Looks a little messy. It's really not. I'm actually spinning from the inside out. And this is how much I have in my spindle right now. And I think that, I was discussing spinning with some of you. You've been so kind to message me about spinning. And some of you have given me quite a lot of information, and it's really invaluable to me because I don't know anything about spinning and I'm just learning it as I go along. So thank you so much for sharing your experience and wisdom with me. But yeah, so some of you had said if I was going to ply on a spindle, I needed a heavier weight spindle. I think this is a fairly heavy spindle because I was doing a little browsing online, and there are some large spindles out there, but I would say as far as spindles go, this actually is fairly beefy. It's fairly heavy, so I'll probably just try to use that for plying the rest. And I don't know if I shared with you. So this is from Nori. It's called a rainbow roll. It comes in it's just a pencil roving. And it said that it was 100 grams on the label. I weighed it. I was looking around to see if I actually brought the label with me, but I don't think I did. I weighed my cake of yarn that I already spun up, and then I also weighed the rest of the roll. And total, I want to say the total weight was probably about 106 grams. And so the cake of yarn that I spun is, I think it ended up being about 48. I can't remember if I shared this with you guys before. So I spun a little less than half, which, in hindsight, I should have weighed the roll beforehand so I knew how much I had spun. I don't know if I could have fit any more yarn on the spindle though. It was really, really full. So that's okay. I'll spin as much as I can on this one, and then I don't know, I'll just keep spinning and figure out how to ply it all together. I don't really know how to join two strands of yarn. Like if I can only fit a certain amount onto the spindle and I still have some of this left and I'd like to ply it all together, I don't really know how to join it if it's already been spun. So that's something I need to look into with everything with spinning. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I feel like I am learning more, and I suppose some of it is just through actually doing it, and then I've been reading a lot about it, and I found some really great YouTube tutorials. So I feel like even some of the questions that I had last week about how do I spin from this material, how do I spin, I feel like I've researched it and I understand it more. So anyway, I've been working on this, and this is kind of like what I said with the cardigan. This has color changes in it, and so what I've been doing is just spinning one color at a time, and when I hit a color change I stop and go do something else. And so it's kind of nice to limit myself. I don't have big chunks of time during the day, so it's nice to just have, spend 10 minutes or whatever. I haven't even timed myself, but spend a little bit of time spinning every day. And I'll be really excited to ply this together and show you guys when it's finally finished. I would say that it'll be finished pretty soon, so that's nice because I have those other fibers I showed you last week that I would love to start spinning on or to spin up. I did want to show you guys an acquisition I made, or I purchased this yarn probably 4 to 6 weeks ago. I can't exactly remember. And I just received it. So this is from the Yarn Jar, and it is a self-striping yarn. I think it is, let's see here, 75, 20, and 5 superwash merino, nylon, and stellina. And so this actually was a purchase I made for one of my daughters. What I try to do with my kids is rotate who I'm knitting for. And so say with socks, I just start with the oldest and move down to the youngest and rotate. That means, that it just ensures that everyone gets their pair of socks and everyone really enjoys me knitting for them, at least for the time being. So just makes it a little more fair, I guess, for everybody. But this is going to be for my 5-year-old daughter, and it's so pretty. It has gold stellina, obviously. I think you can see that. It's really a really pretty sparkle, but it is really pretty kind of hot pink, aqua, black, and gold, and they're all so pretty together. She picked this out, which I think is funny. Oh, and let me tell you the colorway, Neon Flamingo. So I liked it. I would love a pair of socks in this, and actually there will probably be enough after I knit a pair of socks for her to knit some for myself. So yeah, I thought this was so pretty, and it was really exciting to receive that in the mail. And then a progress keeper with a little wing was included with it, which I thought was sweet. So I'm excited to knit those up. I've got 2 pairs of socks on the needles right now. I need to get those done. I'm kind of a monogamous knitter, so to have all of this knitting right now is driving me crazy. So I'm nearly finished with the 3 test knits. I can get those done, and then I only have my Beekeeper cardigan and then those 2 pairs of socks. So it'll make me feel a little better. And then the spinning, but that doesn't really count. It's not knitting. So I brought some yarns that I had dyed up earlier this week, and I thought I would just show you. I'm going to have a shop update next Friday, and I believe it's the first Friday in August. I'll put the date down below. It's too early for me to think. But so the other day, I guess it was 2 days ago, I did a bunch of dyeing, and I did a lot of tonals. So I did tonals on my sock base, my Lani sock base, but then I also did some on sparkle, and I did some on mohair silk. So I just brought those up because I thought it'd be fun to show you. So this is my color Bright Mint, and this is on a gold stellina base. It's reading more blue right now, which I think my camera tends to read more blue, but this is so pretty. I don't even have the yarn skeined up. That's how fresh these are. But I will have this on gold stellina, and then I also have it on mohair silk. This is my Noe Kidsilk lace base, and I just think this is so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh. If you've never worked with a mohair and silk base, I would recommend it just to treat yourself and get some. I have used this for a long time, definitely since I started knitting. I used to knit this on really, really large knitting needles, and since this is a lace base, or a lace weight yarn, it would make just this big kind of cobwebby throw, and it's really beautiful in photos, and that's what I used it for, is for photos. So this is so beautiful as well to pair with a different weight, a fingering weight yarn, or even a worsted weight yarn, and it just adds a beautiful halo to your project. And of course, softness. This is so soft. I'm sure you can see up here some of this halo. It is so fuzzy. It's very soft too. I know fibers, for me personally, like Angora, get a little bristly. Even though it's so soft, I can't wear anything Angora, and I'm not sensitive to other fabrics or other fibers, but Angora always gets me. I don't know what it is, but this is very, very soft, and it's wonderful for baby knits or next to skin. So that's my Noe Kidsilk base in the color Bright Mint. And I also did I did this in my sock, my gold Selena, and I have the Noe Kidsilk lace. This is my new peach colorway, and I don't know if you can see the sparkles on it or not, but it is a gold Selena base, which is so pretty because this is a very warm peach. It's so pretty. So pretty. I'm actually using this color in one of my test knits right now, and it is beautiful. I actually have it paired up. Let me just go ahead and show you. I have it paired up with this color Rosegold, and I think the two of them together are so pretty because they're both kind of warm-toned colors. Wow, I need another cup of coffee today, guys. But so yeah, these are the peach and the rose gold, and then I also have I will have the Noe Kidsilk in the peach too, and I mean, this is just beautiful. This color is so pretty. So I couldn't help, I had to do this in the peach color because I think that it is so, the color itself is so soft, and it's so flattering too because it has warm undertones, and I just thought it would be so pretty on this face. So I also have, speaking of warm tones, I also did my neon coral color on the Noe Kidsilk, and I can't tell you, like, this is, I think, my favorite color of the moment. I love this so much, and I actually developed this color 2 years ago when I first started my dyeing business, Pineapple Yarn. I did so many different samples and mixed dyes and percentages to get this exact color, and I am always so excited, surprised when it comes out of the dye pot. I don't know why I'm surprised. I know it's a very precise formula. I know it's going to come out every time. It's always just exciting to see it come out. So yeah, this is Neon Coral on Noe Kidsilk, and this will be in the shop on next Friday. So I thought that was fun. And let's see, I did have a request for the colorway Princess, which is a deeper neon pink, and I have shown my Colorway Bubblegum quite a bit, which is a paler neon. This just has this is just a darker neon. This is actually on Gold Stellina. I don't know if you can see it. I will have this on my Gold Nani twist, which is the Gold Stellina, and the Lani sock. I will have both of those available. And let me just show you two more. I will have Cornflower available, which is kind of it's a pale blue. It's not as pale as Mackay, but it's a really pretty clear, it's very clear blue. This would be so pretty paired with one of my variegated colorways. This would complement it really well. And then I'll also have a new color in the shop. I also used this in one of my test knits and decided to add it to the shop. This is a really, really pretty true navy blue. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. It's I just think it's really pretty. It doesn't have any obvious pink undertones, which my Colorway Cobalt has definite pink undertones. It's a very beautiful saturated blue. This is more of a true navy, and I will have this available on this base, the Noe base, and then also on Lani sock. So yeah, that gives you some options to, if you're planning on knitting up some garments that require a mohair silk lace weight base, or I really like pairing it up for a hat, or it would be beautiful on a scarf. I actually I knit up a hat for my sister. I believe it was for her birthday, and I used this and paired it with a worsted weight yarn. It had a beautiful halo. It was just so soft, so stretchy. This is a really beautiful fiber, a fiber blend. So anyway, I think that is all I have to show you guys this week. I do want to point out I have my impressionist shawl here on my dress form today, and I showed you guys that I have shown this for weeks in some of my earlier podcasts, but yeah, I thought I would bring it out today. And this is Madeline Tosh in Holy Festival. The pink is my hand-dyed yarn, pineapple yarn, in the oh my goodness, I know what colorway this is. Lychee Sun. The Lychee Sun colorway. And then this is Moon Rover in Stalagmite, I believe. So this turned out beautifully, and can't wait till it's a little cooler and I'll be able to wear it for real and I won't have to just put it on a dress form. But yeah, I'm going to do some more dyeing today. I hope to dye up some more variegated colorways. I'm thinking of doing purple passion flower. I'll probably be doing highs. I know I have a couple of others too, but those two have been requests from you guys, so I'll definitely be dyeing those up today, and I'll probably show them next week on the podcast. So if you like this podcast, I would love if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the podcast, just to get it out there for other people who love yarn and love knitting as much as you and I do. But until next time, I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye, guys.